Here we go. Oh, welcome to the 6th episode. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th episode of For the Record. My name is Tim Blackwell. Every week I'll be asking Joe Hildebrand 4 burning questions from the news of the world.
We are so legit.
Yeah, this is where you talk. Taking into 6 episodes and you've forgotten what to do.
I think by episode 7 I should be all in it. Yes, I'm very excited. I just learned how to use headphones and this weird thing that you've got in the desk here, which is like a, well, it's not the only knob on the panel, but I
got 10 of them.
But me, that's right. Look, great to be here.
Great to see you.
Is it really me? Could I be deep cover? Is it the real Joe Hildebrand?
Well, that's what we're talking
Tim
about.
Blackwell? It is.
We're going to investigate because we're talking, and this is very broad and very generic, but we're talking spies. So question 1, after I read that espionage in this country costs us $12.5 billion a year,
Yep.
Question number 1, who is spying on us, Joe?
China. What's
Okay.
question number 2? Everywhere. It's mostly China, but there's
What can you give
the
me your top
Ruskies
3
as well?
Top 3.
China,
Russia.
Ruskies, and Iran. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I know, the old axis of evil. It just keeps popping back
It takes
up.
me back to episode 1 where you said everyone hates Iran.
Everyone does hate Iran, and that's
There's
why
another
they keep
reason.
spying on people. What they actually want, I don't know. I don't think they're spying on our nuclear capabilities.
Well, I'm going to get to that then because that's question 1. Question number 2, why
What could we possibly have
are
that would
they
be of
spying
interest to
on little
anyone?
old us?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So if we look at the case this week in China, right? So this is just out there, right? So this is a Chinese national who is a permanent resident of Australia who has been arrested and is charged with, so it's all allegations at this point, charged with infiltrating a Buddhist club.
Wow.
Now, I got to tell you that I actually think she deserves to get away with it. Because if you are like the only
why is
thing
that?
is the only thing more boring than being in a Buddhist club would surely be being in a Buddhist club while the whole time knowing that you're never going to reach nirvana.
Yeah.
So you have to do all the meditations,
Yeah.
do all the
I thought you were going to say the worst thing is about being in a Buddhist club is being in a Buddhist club in Canberra.
so that is also
Give me one by the beach.
That's right. That's right. So you're already living in Canberra. You go,
Yeah.
how can I make this experience even more boring? I know. I'll join a Buddhist club. So the CCP must have some serious photos on these people to force them to. But so we don't know about this case because it's before the court, so we can't really speculate. But generally speaking, a lot of what they do is the Chinese diaspora, the Chinese community in Australia. So people who are of Chinese extraction may still be Chinese citizens with residency here, or maybe Australian citizens, but with Chinese relatives back home in the mother country.
Right.
And you basically just let them know that you're watching. You let them know you're there. You find out what they're saying. If they're saying, if they're a sort of, crazy capitalist Buddhists condemning the Chinese Communist Party or the People's Liberation Army as part of their mantra, then you would make it clear to their relatives at home that their son or daughter or whoever in Australia is saying some pretty bad stuff and that the government in China could therefore make life difficult for the people back home. So this is...
So I thought it used to be like cool, like... Because we're going to ask...
That's the problem, isn't it?
I thought spying was cool.
Yeah, I know. We all did.
It's like smoking. Smoking looks cool.
That's right.
I've never done it, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks
It is.
spying.
Having done it, it is cool.
Yeah,
I mean, don't do it, kids.
No,
You'll
but-
die, but it's cool.
Yeah, but you look cool for a
You
bit.
do look cool.
I think I'd look cool as a smoker.
It's like where you would look cool. I'm just imagining it now. I'm imagining maybe a long sort of cigarette with a monocle.
I'd do like real thin menthol ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm French or something.
Yeah.
But spying I thought was cool. And that brings me to my next question because how are they spying? Because I also thought it was all like cool, like submarines.
Yeah, that's right.
all
Yeah,
this-
jumping out of helicopters, underground lairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are they spying?
That's the really annoying thing. Spying's really, 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 really boring and dull. Oh, did you know, by the way, they're advertising for spies? ASIO is advertising on
So
another
we can be a spy somewhere else.
on another podcast I listened to. Yeah, and it's like young people say, you just get one piece of the puzzle. It says, hey, I think I've got something. Oh, really? We should look at it. And it's like spying for millennials or Gen
Wow.
Zs or whatever we're up to now. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're actually recruiting. Another funny story. There was another time years ago when ASIO was recruiting, and they actually openly recruiting, and they said, if you're good at problem solving and like this stuff, call this number. So me and another journo were, look at this guy. He goes, I'm going to call it. I go, call the number. Yeah. And they called the number, and this is a true story. A voice on the other, a mobile number, a voice on the other, and says, how did you get this number?
Really? Hang
He goes, you had the number this is the number on
on the job.
the job.
It
You go,
wasn't
oh,
one-
that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It wasn't one of those like I was thinking they advertise for spies on a telegraph pole where how they do guitar lessons, like you rip off the number.
That's right. 1-800 spies are us.
Yeah.
But
honestly, how are
actually,
they
it might have been
spying
their
on
media
us?
liaison number. So most spies are overseas, for example. Most spies are basically just diplomats.
Yep.
They're basically people with a day job who do a bit of spying on the side. So anyone.
And what do they do? Like turn their phone on voice memo or something and just accidentally leave it in the room, or like the George Costanza, like
so-
the cassette player in the briefcase, and you leave
They
the
just-
briefcase behind.
Mostly they do. That's right. Or the old, the hidden camera and the cowboy hat that Homer Simpson. It's a-
Or the tram upskirters, you know,
Yeah.
in Melbourne that put their cameras in their Dunlop volleys.
Yeah, the tragedy is no. Like you do, you have like the signals director. You have people you have all the tech guys who
Yeah.
can intercept all the stuff. Blah 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 blah. But the people on the ground would just be talking to people, getting intel, having meetings with people, and again, just having things off the record, and then just sort of reporting back.
And
to-
what do they use?
to what
WhatsApp or something? Are they reporting back on WhatsApp or Signal? Or
I'm guessing Signal.
Signal
I'm
se-
guessing
seems
Signal.
legit.
WhatsApp's a bit, yeah. WhatsApp just doesn't
Bit
seem
druggy.
very. I know.
it's for if soccer's cancelled this weekend or drugs.
Well, the politicians. That's right. It's rained out, and also the Russians are amassing forces in West Papua. So a lot of it's really banal. And then, of course, you will have the all the tech guys who can just get into everything.
Because I love hearing that. I was listening to something where they talked about solar panels made in China.
Yeah.
They're being sold in the US and they're listening. And they kind of openly admitted that.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, and
Like
they're-
your solar panels are listening to your house.
Yeah. They can, and this is the thing about the thing in Canberra as well as everything else the Chinese are doing. Like the Chinese, they broke into the Bureau of Meteorology and just sort of rustled around. Just
And
got
they
in there.
realised it was going to be 22 in
That's
Adelaide
right.
tomorrow.
They broke into the Bureau of Meteorology
stuff.
so they could figure out, what the weather wasn't going to be. It's like, oh God, they said it wasn't going to rain.
They said chance of rain, damn it, and it rained.
That's right. Now I have to contact the WhatsApp group. So, by the way, they're spying on us and soccer's cancelled again.
But is there something in the fact that they're listening? Because there's so many also Chinese electric car companies now.
Yeah.
Are the cars listening to us?
But the weird thing with the Chinese government is it is so totalitarian, and that it sounds like something is just a throwaway line. But if the actual meaning of that is obviously that the government likes to have complete control over every single aspect of its own citizenry and also the Chinese diaspora and what people are doing abroad. So a lot of in the case of alleged case of the Canberra Buddhist Club, this is what Chinese Australians are doing, or Chinese people living here, and making sure they're loyal or they're not not fomenting any discord or whatever. And so it's the fact that you've got this giant superpower like China, like Beijing, the most powerful country in the world, or will be very soon. And they care about what's happening in a Buddhist club going on. And this is the sort of thing, there were all these sorts of concerns with Huawei and, Chinese companies, because this is the other thing about China. So every company in China, so even if you're technically even a privately owned company from China, operating in China, you have to hand over any intelligence, any industrial intelligence or any intelligence at all that the government wants. And again, this is totalitarian as well. So they just say, we want to know everything here. So you could have a company, Huawei was one that they raised heaps of concerns about, but you can have a company that doesn't even think they're spying on you, but all the information they gather
That goes back to the government.
could be handed over. It might not. It might just be sitting there.
Yeah.
But if the government says, actually, we want everything you've got on Tim Blackwell,
Yeah.
they have to hand it over. And so it's kind of like everyone's a spy. In China, in particular, the whole apparatus is a spy, and they've even got this sort of social
credits.
social crediting system.
Yeah.
Where people build up better sort of citizenship sort of status by doing good deeds, by being loyal and patriotic, by helping old ladies cross the street and pledging lifelong allegiance to the mother country and harvesting intelligence on anyone who might be saying bad things about the government.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If we had that kind of discipline, Australia would be standing on its own 2 feet.
I'm still worried, because I wonder, should we just change our password more often? Like as a country, I'm talking about.
So change it from password
to
1, 2, 3, 4
Oz. Okay, so
everyone's a spy is the answer to your question.
But this is a sub question because I do have a fourth question. But should we be worried at all, or is this kind of stuff that it doesn't really affect us? Because I feel like I don't really care.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't really care if Russia's spying on us or China.
Well, the thing is that
should I?
It's happening all the time, and it's always been happening, and someone's been spying on us all the time. And the truth is, like, compared to another country that really matters, the level of espionage here wouldn't be that great. But a lot of it is China just proving that it can.
Yes.
It's a bit like when it sends its ships around. What
I was
are they doing?
Yeah.
They're just doing it to show that they can.
Dipping their toe into the South, or not to the South China Sea, because that's theirs?
No, well, they think it's there. That is a very good question. But they are dipping they are literally dipping their land. They are making man-made islands in the South China Sea. Because, of course, if you can put a bit of territory, a bit of land in a sea and say that's part of our sovereign territory, then you control the sea around that.
That's what they crowned it in the harbour.
So it's kind of like their version of all those little sort of man-made resorts in Dubai.
Yes.
Except they've just got aircraft carriers and stuff.
So I guess you may have answered this, but my last question is the end goal world domination? Like, do China just want to be powerful, or do they want to take over?
That is the $12.5 billion question.
There you go.
The question is, does China just want to get back Taiwan? And that's it. Mm-hmm. And it's actually get back Taiwan asterisk and control the sea lanes in the South China Sea, which they are doing. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Like and this is what a lot of people say. A lot of people say, just give them Taiwan. China says it was always ours anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of was, kind of wasn't. And that's it. The question, though, then you're saying, all right, well, if we give China everything it wants, will it just stop? And will a country like China with, say, huge population, huge, rising costs because of an aging population, will it just then look...
aging or Asian population? Just sounded like you said with an Asian population.
I'm just trying to decide now whether to be ageist or racist. With an aging
population. I was going to say, because I knew they had an Asian population.
It was an agent population. They've got lots of agents. And so do they look at like a giant bread basket? Like in Australia, they were already buying like heaps of farms and stuff, right? Do they just look at that and say, why don't we just buy Australia? Why don't we just take it and just use it? And they, they're not going to invade. I don't think there'll be, agents on the agents, a horde of agents on the beaches of Australia, on Bondi Beach, invading. But will they then, use economic pressure to extract deals that are unfair? And then, of course, what does this mean for America? What if America gets drawn into having to defend Taiwan?
Yeah.
Then are we then obliged by both our own interests and our treaties, like the ANZUS Treaty with America, are we then obliged to join that fight on America's side?
Because we've got Pine Gap.
China. We've got Pine Gap. And
in the US.
Yeah, and we've got heaps of facilities in Northern Australia. We just finished Operation Talisman Sabre, which is a biennial. Don't you love using the word biennial?
I've never used it, but I like hearing you use it.
Every 2 years. It sounds so much better. Biennial.
Yeah. Okay.
So every 2 years they have a joint military exercise. We have a joint military exercise with the US to show, and China was spying on that too. They just love spying.
They spying.
Can't get enough of it.
Of dumplings and spying.
Yeah. Both equally.
I love their food though, so I'm almost happy to turn a blind eye to the spying.
Do you know what? They now know you. They know you love their food. They just found that out 5 seconds ago.
Here's something to play us out as we finish episode 6 on Spies. Lovely to see you, Joe.
Lovely to see you, Tim Blackwell.
We'll be back next week.
Whoever you may be.
Should we go to Chinese now?
Yeah, good. Go a dumpling.